What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Streamer University just passed, and I do not feel bad for people that didn't make it. Honestly, if you were a person that was trying to get into Streamer University and had to realize, like, yes, very few people are going to make it, and yes, you have to have connections or some type of motion to make it. But what about after the fact that if you made it, how would you keep that traction still going? How would you still keep everything still relevant in your area too? And will that be your niche from now on? I think a lot of people don't really understand the nuances that come along with streaming and the many issues that may, pop up when you're doing something of that magnitude because it's not a reality TV show. Remember in the 2000s where you used to watch reality TV shows and you had all kinds of like shows out there that, Jersey Shore and, My House in Atlanta or something like that. And all kinds of shows that kind of have that like crazy lifestyle, always exerting energy, always putting out the most randomest things ever on online and stuff, and people were just acting a fool about themselves. But imagine having to do that as your job and every single day, and it doesn't affect you inside of streaming but outside of streaming as well. You hear streamers get assaulted, attacked, and harassed online, so you would still have to continuously have to deal with that. But that's just another big thing. It's like, of course they're gonna, with the streaming and as all that stuff passes, they're gonna choose people that are seen deemed fit into the establishment and how everything is gonna be looking forward into a new chapter for those people's lives. And, of course, not to be hating, but there's just, I don't, it's more to the picture like, yeah, okay, like, say if you made it, like I said, there's going to be more problems that's just going to come afterwards, like the relevancy and dealing with fake people. And it's just a new crowd, a new surface of problems that you're going to be looking at. Because it's like high school when I always look at these streamers, like, AD and, was it Adrian Green or Bronner, the two duos of boxers, like, imagine hanging out with people like that all the time. And it's just, a majority of the kick people and the streaming people, I would not want to, I couldn't do it because it's just a lot of fake energy, the phoniness, the weird energy and stuff like that. And, you have to deal with that all the time. Like everything is just not genuine as what it is. Like, you're not getting paid the most for doing these type of lives and these kind of stunts just to get clips. You're not really making a good lifestyle out of it. And you just got to be a big sellout for yourself when it comes to these events, clip farming and just doing stuff that's like always trying to like one up each other. And, because I couldn't personally, I just I don't see the appeal of that. And yeah, it's entertaining, but it's how far would you go to lose your humanity just trying to get the next clip farm? Like, yeah, get the clip farm, bro. And they get humiliated and a whole nother thing with the crowd too. Like, and it's just a whole bunch of drama as well when it comes to these streamers, man. A whole lot of drama, like a whole lot of people just constantly just trying to find something to screw each other over, like the recent situation with you know your rage and that whole 25 years down in friendship down the drain. And just having somebody on that platform and seeing your success, and then people within your own circle group, I mean, all it's just going to do is just influence them to kind of do you wrong. And obviously, like, if you're with somebody for a long time with that whole situation, if you're with somebody for a long time and they end up doing you wrong, it just kind of exposes them at that true level. Because it's like if you reach to a certain point that you think like, oh yeah, I got all the money, the status, and all the girls and all the attention and stuff, that you think you're not really doing anything. It's like, no, it's just going to be exposing more issues, more people's insecurities, more obstacles that you may have to face further on. And you have to eventually establish them as an issue and then handle them correctly so that it's not affecting your peace. And just trying to stay relevant and all that, it's just a whole nother thing. But that whole your race situation, just to brief on that topic, was just, I was like, damn, like 25 years down the drain. And just spending money on a whole bunch of nonsense, and just not really thinking about like, hey, like, this is my homie, and I'm not going to do him wrong. It's like I'm going to be responsible with my money, and especially using his money, especially if you letting him borrow it for the time being and just going from there. But yeah, they don't see that stuff. It's just a lot of poor behaviors and a really wrong crowd of influence of people. And the drama is just not worth it. But after Stream University passed, the people that came in and did what they're supposed to do, and they actually have the consistency and followers that they have, to get in. I really wish them for the best, of course. I didn't I don't understand why a lot of people, especially up there, was wasting their time. Not many people up there were actual streamers. They were just there to kind of be like, oh yeah, I stream, but then I barely post every here and there. And I want to meet with Kai or just meet with the streamers and stuff like that. So like, the people that were there that obviously showed up every day, put 100%, props out to them. Hard work will always be recognized and should be recognized, and that's really appreciated. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of larpers and a lot of people that's just there for the attention and just trying to get something out of it. But yeah, man, it's just really a tough crowd too. Like, you really got, if you just a video gamer or someone that just like does let's plays and all, like just small niches that are unique to your steps, like set point, you're gonna have to be accommodating to all the other goofy stuff. Like, don't be a sellout. Just that's the whole lesson behind all this, is just stay true to yourself as a streamer or someone that does content, and you know follow by the end, till the end. So that's what I believe in. But yes, Streamer University just shows another gram of this generation, and that's pretty much it. But let me know what you guys think. You guys are disagreeing with being a streamer and all that stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and peace.